Well, can you share with us a success story with one of your customers?
Of course. So our first customer was a success story, and actually first two customers, it was Mr. Sitaru and Mr. Costandache. They are well known in the Romanian market as farmers. So this is how it started. Actually, they love the product. They use it
Yeah.
daily, or not daily, because if they don't have grains inside, they don't use it, of course. But if they store, they use the product. And if initially we were not able to sell to the big guys, to the traders and so on, right now we have customers like Cargill, which is the #1 agricultural company in US. We have Ameropa. We have CHS. So right now we have implementations in the harbor, and we actually spoke with them like 5-6 years ago, and they refused us because we had no credibility back then, what I was saying previously.
Yeah.
And right now they like the product and they adopted it, and they actually started to upgrade. Also, silo manufacturers started to use our product instead of our competitors because we have a better tech. Because actually, this is our strongest point. We are a tech company. We are not an electronics or a hardware company. We created the hardware because we needed to, but we are basically a tech company. And we had this advantage, and this will be seen in a few months, because we have some new products with huge improvements. And we had this advantage because if we connected only with the software to the competitors, we've seen their systems. We've seen
Okay.
the flaws, the pluses, the minuses, and so on. So in this product, we implemented everything that we've seen there as a plus, and we solved the minuses. So I do believe we will have a lot of success with this new version of the product that we are launching in 1-2 months.
So you could say this is your differentiator is that in fact you are a tech company, which
Yep.
is also improving the hardware that others produce. Is this
Yep.
correct?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And on top of that, we are adding a lot of software modules. For an example, you need to track the temperature inside the silo, but maybe you also keep track of the inventory, because you're receiving, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of trucks with grains with different qualities, and you need to know what quality and what quantity you're storing in bin number 5, for example. So you need to handle all of those inputs and outputs of trucks, trains, boats, barges, and so on, that you load or unload from or to. Some charts in order to compare pricing of the grains between years. So that's another feature that we are planning to develop. Integrating with the laboratory devices in order to take all the parameters of that product that you're storing, wheat, corn, whatsoever, impurities, moisture, protein, and blah, 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 all the parameters needed. So, yeah, we are developing a full system from input to output. And not only that, right now we are focusing with technologies like blockchain and AI to create a full history from farm to fork, meaning that you as a farmer, you harvest, you go to the weighting system, you have a mini laboratory device, you measure the parameters, you store it, you automate. So that's the preservation process that we are doing right now, but we are also going to integrate the input. Then he sells the product, goes to the scaling system and to the laboratory, measures again, and sell it to a trader. That trader mixes it up with other grains, and at some point it will sell to a processing factory like Boromir or whatever company that is manufacturing goods, food and stuff like that, like biscuits, bread, and so on. So they will need to know what quality of the grain they're receiving. So right now we have a full plan of software development from now on.
And you are trying to leverage data into creating a bigger picture, a broader picture for the farmers, so they can have better decisions and right.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly the point. So we also want to provide
We
a
have a guest here.
nice catch, yeah. Also regarding a buyer of grains, if they can see a full track of how the farmer or how the previous trader was storing the grain and how they preserved the grain, if they preserved it properly with ventilators or not, then that could be a plus for the seller if they were keeping the grains properly.
Yeah,